All right.
Yeah.
Steven, how many loaves of bread?
Oh, man, we went through so many.
Yeah. I didn't know what to do with myself during the storm, so I actually ate 4 loaves of bread.
Nice.
Oh, gosh.
Hello, and welcome everyone to episode 219 of the Mashup, the best bourbon conversation you're going to hear all week long. We're your hosts, Steven, Kenny, and Ant.
Ant. Oh, I got abbreviated tonight. I like that. Oh, what is happening, fellas?
Well,
Chilling. What's up?
I'm really enjoying dry January.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
I can't believe you brought up dry January.
I know.
I mean, how are you enjoying it, sir?
I think I lasted the first night when I was sleeping. Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny? When you talk about dry January, and that coincided with the Surgeon General like releasing that thing saying, alcohol is linked to cancer. I had this moment where I'm like, what person was drinking alcohol and going, this is a health drink? I mean, nobody was doing that anyway. But I read another article where people are like, obesity and something else are more highly linked to other diseases. And so why don't they have warnings on, like food and stuff like that? But anyway, that's pretty interesting that they released that in dry January. So
that's what everyone has in their bottles at the gym.
Oh, yeah.
It's alcohol.
Yeah,
huh?
it's alcohol. You mix that in there. Oh, goodness. Well,
I've worked out tipsy a couple times.
really?
It's kind of easy to hurt yourself because you just you go, man. It's like you don't really know. I'm past my limit. Raw, throwing it up.
There you go. Oh, that's amazing. So Kenny's bench pressing after a couple of drinks. That's good. I like that.
I did dry January for about 3 days.
Oh, you did? Nice.
Yes,
Very
just
good.
Worked out timing that way.
Yeah, very.
Yes.
No, I mean, I do think that it's good to take a break once in a while, but I don't need a month to tell me it's time to take a break, right?
I usually do not drink 2 nights in a row. So
yeah,
I do go at least every other day. Like if we have a big event or planned or something,
right?
I'll usually just do every other day at the most.
All right.
But
well,
usually only sip maybe 3 times a week anyway.
Well, that's good. That's good. I think, Steven, the time that you were away, you told me, right, you were sipping every night. Just kidding. You probably, but not being on the show for a while, you probably had a lot less to consume, right?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. See?
I was breathing in that Colorado air. I had beer.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
And that was Buffalo Trace. It was 90 proof, so that's sort of non-alcoholic.
BT. So. You know what's funny? I was talking with someone the other day because we just did that episode on barrel proof, E.H. Taylor barrel proof rye. And first of all, one of our listeners pointed out that has a Barton DSP on it, which good on the listener that pointed that out. That's a very good eye. And then the other thing is I made a statement when we were talking about Buffalo Trace, because I can't go one episode without talking about them, that they get away with always not having age statements or mash bills or anything, and no one gives them any trouble. And I think that was understated. Really, nobody gives them any trouble. The only thing they're super transparent about is BTAC, right? They give you that whole fact sheet and everything else. But other than that, I mean, they make good whiskey, so they get away with the fact that all the things whiskey consumers want, they don't actually put on the bottle. What the heck? So Kenny, you said we had to be a little softer on them, or you softened up to their stance, but I think we need to double down. I think we need to be
New Year.
Really, New Year.
Hard.
I'm going to really put the hammer down on BT.
We did not get any media samples.
That's true.
So now we can open back up on them. Yeah. Let's go.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that will yield a sample one day, or maybe it'll just get too big and they won't be able to ignore us. See, that's what the game plan is.
That's what the plan is.
But anyway, so are you guys officially dug out of the snow yet? Or are you still reeling from the after effects of the storm that we had?
Well, we got that next system coming in, so
yeah, that's garbage.
You're not dug out now.
Yeah, I feel like, isn't it just a constant cycle of scare tactics, right?
To sell the milk and the bread.
Is this big wait, Kenny, I think Anthony's saying this is big weather.
It's big weather.
To sell this milk and the bread,
Oh my God, guys. Okay, so did either of you, I know we talked a little bit about the storm on Tuesday episode, but did either of you guys make a trip to the grocery store during the midst of the lead up of this? Because
I did.
We did our normal, just a regular grocery run last Thursday.
Okay.
Just normal, just had nothing to do with the storm at all, and it was insane. It was so packed. People are nuts.
All right. So you had the nutty people. And when did you go, sir? Because I went to the store.
I went the day before.
So Saturday.
Just because I was passing him. I was like, do we need anything?
Right.
So I went in for some orange juice.
Oh,
That's all.
That's it.
Didn't get a cart. Didn't get a
Did
basket.
they actually have the orange juice, though?
They had the orange juice, and I got a good sale on it, too.
There you go.
That's besides the point.
Well, you know what drove me nuts? I went there on Saturday morning. So the storm came in on Sunday night, right? Came in on Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we had a trip planned to Nashville, Tennessee.
Came in Sunday during the day.
Sunday during the day.
No,
Yeah.
Sunday morning. It was 8
It
a.m.
just started freaking, Sunday morning.
So okay, let me rewind here. So we had a trip planned to Nashville. We were supposed to arrive in Nashville on Saturday. And,
Flying first class?
no, taking the Volkswagen, loaded up and driving down the Parkway. Out
God,
past-
how did you survive that?
That's
3.5 hours.
yeah, right. You better stop it. But I mean, I'm not a person to get chased away by weather. And I looked at everything, and when I was out running errands, I called my wife and I just said, "Hey, hon, I think we should cancel this trip if they'll work with us." And she's like, "Really? You think so?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I'm going to call and see if we can cancel this." And so as I was riding around doing errands, I was actually calling to figure out whether or not we could cancel. That was actually Friday. I lied. It was Friday when I was doing this, right? But when I went to the grocery store, the most frustrating thing it wasn't mass hysteria yet. There was still stuff on the shelves, but there was a lot of things I needed, like half and half. I needed a bottle of half and half. And you know what? In Kroger, there's no half and half on any of the shelves. So it had already been picked over. It was gone. But you could see through into the back because that's how the milk is.
Into the refrigerator.
And you can see the pallets of it sitting there. And I look over, and there's a stock boy who looks like he's the most disenchanted person in the world, like moving 2 miles an hour, like, ooh, grabbing the box. And I'm like, if I stand here, I'm never getting half and half. Like, I need to go to Walmart.
What you need to do is stick your hand through the refrigerator. Say, hey, buddy.
Hey. Yeah, exactly.
Half and half.
But no disrespect to anybody. That's a hard job, right? You got to make sure you get everything onto the shelf. But then I go to the produce section, same thing. Bare and people like pushing carts around that have full boxes of stuff, but they're not putting anything out. And I'm like, okay, this is pointless. So I got before the place was picked over, clean, because that's what we have here in Kentucky. As soon as they say it's going to snow or ice or anything, bread, milk, eggs get zapped. Like, you see people taking pictures of the bread aisle.
It's cleared off.
It's cleared. Like, there's not a single loaf of bread.
You got one sad loaf, hanging halfway off the shelf.
Right.
Like, it's store brand, no one wants.
So, Kenny, how much bread did you eat during the storm?
How many PP sandwiches did you go through?
I had one grilled cheese made with sourdough bread that Shannon made me.
Okay.
That is all the bread. I just don't eat bread unless it's sourdough.
Okay.
Usually I eat that when I do barrel picks.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Steven, how many loaves of bread?
Oh, man, we went through so many.
Yeah. I didn't know what to do with myself during the storm, so I actually ate 4 loaves of bread.
Nice.
Oh, my gosh.
Kenny was munching on carb-free bread.
I was wondering why your shirt looked awfully tight.
Hey, now. No, but I mean, literally, I moved from Ohio to get away from this, and now everybody, this is the classic thing with Kentucky, right? Everybody says the same thing. Oh, we never get weather like this. I've been here long enough now. I've been here since 2011. Every time I look at my Facebook feed, and it's like, reminds me of a memory, it's me like sledding, or hey, school's canceled, or this is happening. And I'm like, no, this happens pretty often. We got to just get used to it, right? Man, it's been kind of crazy. School's been canceled for the kids, all kinds of stuff. We're still digging out, but hopefully we'll get back to normal. That new system isn't going to hit us too bad. But anything else going on with you fellers?
I am super excited for this Saturday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Blinds Championship.
Blinds Championship.
I'm hoping the new storm doesn't cause a big havoc on that.
So we're planning on doing the Best of 2024 final round on Saturday. That'd be January 11th. And then we would have an episode. We'll follow that probably the following Friday. We're going to plan on trying to record that live. We'll see how that works. So some of the guys aren't too microphone friendly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Got to get that beep planned or something for some of the language, maybe. I don't know. Steven, did you know I have a beep now?
Do you?
Yeah, I have a beep that the Arsenic Culture lent me. They lent me their electronic beep. So I'm going to try to get that into the editing, so maybe we can be a little more freewheeling with our language in the future. As long as there's a beep. Would you be okay with that? Censorship?
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
That way, you don't have to cut out like huge chunks of funny stuff. You can just beep it instead.
Yeah.
Just get a loud beep.
Words.
Yeah. Sometimes there's a lot of lively conversation that happens that I do have to cut because it is just a little too much. But maybe we'll find a way to get that content to you in the future.
Patreon. It is coming.
We might be doing
some
Patreon
unedited episodes.
That's right. There you go.
But you cannot share because we cannot get canceled and lose our jobs.
There you go. Exactly. So all these times I mocked Patreon, and we might have a Patreon coming in the future, a website, a merchandise,
fans only.
Fans only. Fans only is the
other side.
Nice, clean version of OnlyFans, right? Okay.
Oh, dude!
Not OnlyFans.
Only.
That's dirty. Fans only. Yeah, it's the flip side of it.
I freaking love it. Dude. No, that's funny. But yeah, we're bringing you some great more live action coming your way from the Mashup Podcast. Live action. Oh, goodness gracious.
Feet pics.
with bourbon caps.
Well, I'm looking around this basement. I think we could probably have some kind of a...
Was it like hold some corks between our toes?
There you go. We could,
and like pose.
Kenny has a big assortment of pretzel chips, too. We could probably start a channel for the pretzel chips.
Those are crack.
So we got dark chocolate crunch.
Dude, Snack Factory, so the flat pretzels, they're so good, covered in dark chocolate.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, it's so amazing.
He's got like 3 or 4 different kinds of crisps, and it's not even England over here.
It's not
so
in England.
Not in Great Britain. Great Britain. All right. Then we're going to have a feature moment for the pretzel crisps.
Man, they're just so good.
Yeah.
Like,
reach out to him and
Dots pretzels taste really good. The Dots ones.
Yeah.
But in general, the Snack Factory, the flat ones, that's what I always grab, man. By far, that's my favorite.
Oh, man, those honey mustard dots.
Yeah.
Oh, forget it.
Yeah.
If you guys keep going here, I'm going to be hungry, and then we're going to have to stop recording so I can go eat.
Go eat some loaf of bread.
5th loaf, damn it. This
All
week,
right,
5 loaves.
Talking about bread, though. Used to eat a lot of bread,
Yeah.
growing up.
Me
and
too.
even, several years ago. Don't eat much bread anymore. But
Several years ago.
What? This is
I can tell.
There's a question for you guys, and then maybe the listeners can think about it. The heels. What are the heels of the bread for?
I don't know.
Like, I know what they're for in my house, but I was wondering at your all's house, what are the heels of the bread for?
Actually, I've actually kind of enjoyed some of the heels on different types of loaves of bread.
Okay.
They make like a pretty good sandwich.
Okay.
Like a grilled cheese or like a peanut butter.
All right.
But I forget what types of bread they are.
Yeah.
But normally we get just a white Italian bread in the house.
You get Italian bread?
Weird, right?
I would have never thought of that.
So, I mean, for me, always the heels of the bread, not saying when I was a little kid because it wasn't really my choice a lot, but the heels of the bread, basically, you leave the heel on there until the very end, and basically the heel keeps the other part from going as bad as quick.
Right.
So the heel just protects all the regular bread.
Okay.
And then when you get down to just the last 2 heels that are left, in my opinion, you either got to do something like with a grilled cheese where it's actually cooked some, or just throw it away.
Okay.
Or just throw it out to the birds or something.
My wife tosses the heel of the bread all the time.
You can't toss it immediately. That's protecting the other bread from...
No, she waits till the end.
She waits, but the
yeah.
thing that drives me nuts is I like to eat the heel of the bread.
You really?
I'm a heel eater guy. Yes, I like
so
that.
we need to figure it. We need to do a poll of who likes Buffalo Trace and who likes heels of bread.
Hey, Kenny. So we have our feet picks, and he likes heels.
There you go.
It's all coming together.
There you go.
Going to make a very good fans only OnlyFans.
Well, you got to pick your poison. You can't go.
Oh my God.
That'd be interesting though. We need to do a poll of who likes the heels of the bread and do you like Buffalo Trace?
Got something to do with that dynamic palate I have.
Wait, and on the heel, maybe you can drizzle some different bourbons on it.
Oh, there you go. You're going to start dumping the bourbon on the bread. That could be a new YouTube channel or maybe an Instagram account.
Healed by bourbon.
Steven's bread. Never mind.
Yeah. Let's not have to use the beep here.
Okay.
We're healing on. we have another review this week, Anthony.
We do, and I'm so glad that we do because I'm practically begging now. I think we only have 2 reviews left to cover, and this was a recent one that came to us from Apple Podcasts. I think just last week on Tuesday, actually. And so you're like, I don't know what day that is. But this was a 5-star review from Newsome15. And this listener wrote, I'm fairly new to the bourbon world, and I have watched and listened to everything under the sun that has to do with bourbon. That's good. The mashup is the best on any platform that I have come across. It's funny, to the point, and honest. They have helped me narrow down choices just off reviews. I don't know how I haven't discovered them sooner, but thank God that I did. Now I'm binging the mashup every day, eager to see what they're trying to do or what they're trying that day. So to all the guys at the mashup, thank you and cheers. Wow.
That's very incredibly friendly and nice and wonderful.
That is, absolutely. And every time, I know I say it a lot, I know you guys all say the same thing, but just when we see these things, it makes it worth it.
So humbling, man.
Yeah, humbling. And we are happy that you're with us, and we want you to tell all your friends to listen to the podcast. Any friends that you have that are into whiskey, remind them. Say, hey, I got this great podcast I listen to.
Yep.
And I know how touch and go that could be because I've said this before. I even have close friends that are into whiskey. They're like, I forgot you had a podcast. I'm like, what do you mean you forgot I had a podcast? I'm like, come on, we got a podcast. And so keep reminding each other. Leave the reviews for us. We're always humbled when we see them, and we like them very much.
I forgot that one review that I sent you.
We'll do that one next.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, so it
next week.
It was on Spotify. Okay.
Yep. We'll have to
and then
next week.
And then last Tuesday you touched on some samples. I know Adam Lamb sent in some samples.
Right.
A couple of people, we just haven't got to those yet, so they'll be coming with the whole best of blinds. That's eating up a lot of time.
Yep. We will get to, if you've sent us samples or blinds, we will get to them, and we appreciate that stuff very much.
Yes. Oh, and Myers.
One more thing.
See Myers up in Ohio. We got samples from him too. So
okay.
We got Lamb and
we're gonna have several episodes.
Yep.
All right.
A lot of that.
Blinding away.
Oh, and we did talk about we are going
one more
to
thing.
so we kind of alluded before.
This is Kenny above the jar.
That's right. But we did allude, and we talked about we're going to go to like a scoring system.
Yeah.
Because with our best of blinds, like the one year we did like 15 or 18 or something. Another year we did 40. We did 66 last year. We're going to try to decide what we're going to do, but there's so many other bottles that we don't even put into the blinds. So we are going to go to a scoring system throughout the year to be able to see, this bottle scored this bottle scored that. That way, in case it doesn't make it into the blinds,
right,
we can see where it lands. So after the episode was done, we did score the Prideful Goat.
Yes, we did.
I was a 6.5. Anthony was 6.75, and Stephen was a 5.
There you go.
So if any listeners are going to keep up with some scores, that's some scores right there, and we'll kind of be doing this every episode with scores.
There you go.
And if you would like a shout out, just leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Facebook, Spotify, and next time I record, we will give you a shout out. So boys, we have a new bottle this week that is in that classic bottle shape.
Oh, absolutely.
For this week, we have a bottle of Chattanooga Whiskey Founders, the 12th anniversary blend.
Oh, yeah. I've been waiting forever for you to come back so I could do that. This Chattanooga Whiskey Founders 12th anniversary blend is brought to us by the Chattanooga Whiskey Company. And obviously, there's some source whiskey in here as well. The bottle date is 2024. The ABV is 50. Proof is 100. The age is kind of a weird one here. I guess it's a minimum of 2 years old, but there's definitely older whiskey in here. But yeah, I guess that's all we can say about it. The mash bill is undisclosed, but they do have these little percentages on the side. We'll talk about what that means here in a second when we get to tasting. The MSRP is a very affordable $60, and this bottle was given to us for the review by Mr. Sanch D. So Sanch is a doctor at the esteemed institution, and he is a listener, and he wanted us to review this bottle. I think, in fact, he left a comment one time saying, I need you guys to review Chattanooga Founders 12th anniversary. And then he was like, hey, let's meet up. We exchanged some samples. He gave us his bottle, which was very nice of him. And it was super nice to meet him. And he's a big fan of ours, and we're a huge fan of our listeners as well. So super, super nice of him. So bottle design, sir.
Well, it's got that classic Stag Junior shape,
Yes,
but
definitely.
more of a Woodford Reserve bottom on the.
It's rounded at the bottom.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
rounded,
rounded,
with a little weight.
It kind of does look like that newer. The bottom of it looks like the newer Woodford.
Does Pursuit do that on the bottom of theirs?
They do
They
too,
do.
but
Because
there's
it
a
kinda-
thinner bottle than that. That's thicker. That's a
Yeah.
unique bottle
I agree,
shape.
yeah.
Typically, I mean, it's a slightly different than the other ones, but does kind of look a little bit like a Stag Junior bottle with a fatter bottom.
So the Chattanooga Whiskey label, it's kind of a gray.
Is that gray? Don't ask me.
I
I
was
don't know.
going to ask, what are their other? Did they have different color labels?
They got all kind of stuff. I remember the only other Chattanooga bottle I've had was a I think a standard 4-year or something they put out. I can't remember what the name of it was. It was a $30 bottle. I got it when I was in South Carolina, and I enjoyed it pretty well when I was down there. And I brought it back, had a couple more pours, but I finished it. It was a nice bottle for $30, but it didn't look quite like that. It had a more silvery label on it. I think the label was a little bigger. So not sure what the strategy is there because the label is very thin compared to the glass on the front, isn't it?
No, there's a lot of just glass.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
Thick glass.
not being used, like a lot of space not being used. The only Chattanoogas I'm familiar with are their premium MGP stuff.
Okay.
So I've got a lot of, I got some 9, 10, 11, and 12. I think all three. That's 4, isn't it? 9, 10, 11, yeah.
Look at this.
All 4.
It's like
I think I've got
Facts
9, 10,
and
11,
counting are
12. Like older MGP stuff. So it's similar to like the Smooth Amble Old Scouts of Boone County, some of that, the Bell Mead, some of those nicer, like higher regard MGPs that were bottled back 2018. Sorry, 2018 to 2020.
Gotcha. Steven, you had any experiences there with Chattanooga?
I think a long time ago. I don't have much memory of it.
Okay.
I do like that cork. It's a handsome looking cork.
That is. I would say for the whole bottle, this would be the first time in the history of the mashup. I'm usually making jokes about how much writing there is on bottles and how much design and metals and everything else. This one actually looks like it used a little bit more, like something to it, like just to make it special. But I guess they do this founders anniversary blend, I think every year, where they're trying to celebrate like past, present, and future of their whiskey, because they do a lot of different mash bills and they have 2 different distilleries, one in downtown and one that's a riverfront. I don't know what that means. I've never been to either. But
it is super simple, the label.
Yeah, I feel like, put a picture of the distillery somewhere or something, like a picture of Tennessee, like, I don't know, something to draw my eye to.
Is this going to get lost on the shelf?
To me, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think it stands out. In fact,
I'm just imagining myself walking on Total Wine.
right, I'm going to... Why are you going to Total Wine, man?
They got the biggest selection.
Oh, new year. New year. I actually had a moment of weakness, and I actually said maybe 2025 will be the time when I return to Total Wine.
To get some high noons, some Mick Ultras?
I don't know, but I thought better of it.
Yeah.
I
You
slept
thought better?
I slept on it, and I'm not going back to Total Wine. No, not happening. So,
Okay. I just went to Total Wine's website.
oh gosh,
That's a
And
great reference.
the
this
other
freaking advertising you guys are giving them.
Well, I went to there because it's, to me, their website. Well, I'm actually on the app.
The app
But
is- yeah.
I'm on the app.
Yeah.
Not their website.
And I'm not listening.
They just have a better app or website than Liquor Barn.
Yeah, they do.
But the standard traditional offerings from Chattanooga, you have something about that size that's at the top part,
Okay.
and the bottom part is raised letters that say Chattanooga Whiskey.
Oh,
this is-
interesting.
So they're kind of using the full face of it.
I see.
So they are using the full face of the bottle on their traditional
So
offerings.
they have
Okay.
they actually
Just
have
not
embossed
that
it
one.
on the glass.
It's actually embossed, raised letters embossed
Nice.
on the bottom, and then the top part is the paper label.
So you mean to tell me that their regular bottles have
More going on than their founders
than the
anniversary.
founders anniversary blend, which is a limited
Yeah, it's kind of
offering.
weird.
Well, think about like a B-Tac or something. It's
That's
in a
true.
simple wine glass with a label.
That's true, but
Or
BTAC's
wine bottle.
so classic
It
though.
is.
I mean, Buffalo Trace. I just ragged on him,
Moments ago.
15 seconds ago, but now I'm saying nice things about their bottle. But yeah, so I guess it's been a while since we scrutinized packaging, but yes, this is definitely interesting. So
You would literally pass that over.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what I was going to say, and this is terrible. I didn't realize when this is 12th anniversary, I'm like, Chattanooga's been doing this for 12 years. I literally had to do a double take because I'm like, I haven't paid enough attention to their brand, to their products, nothing. And I don't know if it's got to do with availability, but I've had like a complete blind spot for them.
Yeah, it's 2012. That's a long time ago. And
Yeah, right.
you don't, for some reason, I don't think of them that
Yeah.
old.
Nothing, man.
Right. I mean, what again, I almost think of it as like a brand new brand, like a startup, almost like craft, but they're way past that. So that's probably good that I could say that in 2011 is when this company was founded by, is it Tim Piersant, maybe? I think that's French, maybe.
Peasant, it looks like.
Piersant?
Oh, I'm sorry, Piersant.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oops.
And now
I need my glasses to read.
Made fun of the founder already. So
Sorry.
basically, Chattanooga, they had archaic whiskey laws in Tennessee and stuff like that in Chattanooga. So they like challenged the right to distill whiskey and did all this other stuff and started a experimental distillery. And they now have a second distillery. They don't distill a ton, it doesn't look like, but they have all this interesting stuff that they do. And a lot of it is different mash bills. They do a lot with malt. But it says their signature expressions are Chattanooga Whiskey 91, Cask 111, and 99 Rye, as well as their Bottle and Bond Vintage Series, Barrel Finishing Series, and their Founders Anniversary Blend. So they have a lot of SKUs out there. They have a lot of different products out there. But it's really interesting. Like they got a pretty interesting history. When I was doing brand research, they had a co-founder. I'm trying to remember his name. I think it was Ledbetter. I don't remember his first name. It was John Ledbetter. I don't know if that's right or not. But anyway, I found that he was arrested like back to back for public intoxication, like way back when they first started the company.
Probably why you can't find it. They scrubbed it. They scrubbed the internet.
But it was funny. I'm thinking to myself, like, this is somebody I want to hang out with. He's getting like drunk and disorderlies and whatnot. I'm like, sounds like a fun time or whatever. But yeah, apparently he, I think, departed the partnership for the whiskey in like, I think 2022 or 2023. But yeah, I don't know why I mentioned that, but just I saw it during the research and I'm like, what is this guy doing? It was pretty funny. So
that's funny.
So we going for a nosing here, sir? I was waiting.
Well, let's go for it. I was waiting for your history lesson.
There you go. No, I'm done with it now. We'll end on the part where the guy was out there having too much fun and get in trouble for it.
Well, let's let our nose have too much fun.
Okay, there we go. Well, I can definitely tell that there's a high malt content
no doubt
in this because, and we'll talk about that here in a second.
Definitely high malt.
So anybody that's heard me say this before, and I don't know how much I've gotten into this on the podcast, but if you go all the way back to when we did the episode with Macaulay from Dark Arts, he let us try some experimental stuff that he was doing. It was single malt. And I said one of the noses had a little bit of a cheesy nose to it, and he got so mad at me. I can't remember what he said. I think I had to cut some of what he said out. But
now you have the beep button, so now we can go back and release the whole thing.
There you go. I have the original audio, so I could just go back and just put that out. But anyway,
beep, 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 beep,
that,
beep, beep.
That's what that whole episode would have sounded like. That was a great time. But I've also gotten that on Rare Character too. It's almost like, it's hard for me to describe. It almost is like a well-aged like cheese that I get faintly on malts. That's just really strange. But other than that, I get like some other things like some citrus and some almost like leafy kind of vegetable sort of stuff going on.
I feel like I get a white grape.
Oh yeah, that's a good call. Like a white grape, yeah. I got white grape on that one malted.
So what's wild is I remember on the Rare Character malt whiskey that was like 13 year and some change.
Right.
That's what you got the cheese on.
Yeah.
But all the 14s and 15s, nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
I wonder if that just goes away.
Maybe it goes away or maybe it's something that's more prominent. Like this, I don't get heavy cheese. I get like a very mild. I actually get more of like I don't call the note out much, but I've started to do a little bit of that nosing bourbon kit stuff. And there's some molasses in this as well.
Are you getting like either a char or a heavy char with smoke?
Yeah, I think that was, yeah, get a little bit of smokiness too. So while we're nosing, I have to tell you guys quickly about this because I told you that I was going to tell you about the bottle and what they do here. But this 12th anniversary blend, it includes the following in it. 12% of the blend is barrel 1816, which holds the company's original recipe, and that was sourced from MGP in the company's early years. Then 60% of barrel 91, which is their current Tennessee high malt recipe, bourbon, and 28% of their Infinity Barrel, which is a mix of malt and rye malt whiskeys from both their experimental and riverfront distilleries. They have a whole bunch of mash bills. I already mentioned that, and this seems to be like the signature thing that they do every year is they take these massive, we'll talk about that in a second, they take these like massive oak containers and they're constantly adding barrels to it. It's like their method of Solera aging, which Kenny, you might know more about that. We've talked about it before, Stephen. I don't really still understand it because I can't even read. But but that's kind of the gist of what's in here. So a lot of the whiskey in here does have a malt character to it.
I mean, that's the first thing I pick up is the high malt. So
Yeah.
they said 60% of this is their current Tennessee high malt.
Yep.
It definitely sticks out.
High malt bourbon.
Definitely stands out.
The other things are high malt rye or malted rye and malted bourbon. So yeah, they got a lot of different stuff going on in here.
I am borderline. Like, I'm not loving the nose.
Really?
Yeah.
I am borderline getting not as bad, not even remotely as bad, but I'm borderline getting the fresh, vomity kind of.
Oh, you're going to Scotch
gosh.
almost. Scotchy?
I'm getting like, they pour that sawdust stuff on vomit in the school or something, man. I'm borderline that, man.
You're getting that, so.
It's funny. As soon as you said malt, I was kind of expecting Kenny to kind of like it.
Like it, exactly.
Because,
malts
we
do,
know
some
what
malts
his
don't.
Louisville picks taste like.
That's
It's
true.
just
I'm not saying it tastes like
nose
vomit. I'm
this
just saying it's malty.
Right. But
Yeah.
right. But it's the thing. Some malts I don't like, some malts I do. So
Well, this one is going to be really interesting to sip here because I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it.
Well,
I go either way with the sips on a malt.
there's only one
Doesn't
way to
matter
find
what it
out.
is. Okay.
Let's go.
let's do it.
Going in.
Immediately kind of like turns me up, draws me up. Man, there's a lot of young whiskey in there. Or if not, that 60% of their
Well, they did say it was 2 year, right?
minimum 2 year.
Yeah.
But it includes some of their original stuff, which
Through the Solaris method.
12% of their original, which I don't know if that's a 9 year, 10 year, 11 year, 12 year, what that is.
Right. It's got to be older, I would think. Or if they keep adding barrels to it, we don't know what the oldest whiskey is because the barrels, these big barrels that they have that they're keeping all this whiskey in, they never go dry. So they could have a barrel in there that's as old as 12 years or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then they could have dumped 8 new fresh barrels on top of that.
It could, yeah.
So they literally like have these big vats that they're constantly adding to that are also aging as well because they're oak vats. Love to know the logistics of that a little bit more. I'm getting a lot of heavy, like, I guess it's vanilla. It's like a lot of vanilla.
I'm telling you, it's reminding me of the freaking honey malt that Fresh uses.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
That much? I don't think
You're
so.
getting vanilla as your main flavor when you
Not
drink
like
it?
not like sweet, like not vanilla extract.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting like a soft vanilla, like I know exactly what it is. Okay, so you ever had flavored? This is what it is. You know how like somebody's like, oh, I got a K cup coffee, French vanilla coffee, but it's flavored weird, and so you get like a roasted vanilla, like artificial flavor is kind of the vanilla that I'm getting in this. Not like a sweet, almost like a bean. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a coffee vanilla.
So a little alcohol? Well,
So
I guess there's alcohol in here.
Would you say dry January? I'm getting nothing but like that parfume. I'm getting a little bit of that, like vanilla, like heavy. I don't know what's going on with that. It tastes like
I'm just getting a lot of oak.
Getting a lot of oak.
Yeah, not like over oaky.
Yeah. No, there's oak. There's definitely an oak backbone.
That is my predominant.
Second sip though, I like better than the first sip. And I don't know, Kenny, are you adjusting at all? You said fresh. I'm not willing to go there. But I mean, you taste a lot more malt than I do.
It's way better than Fresh. I'm not saying that at all. Way better.
Okay. I was like,
But unfortunately, it's a little reminiscent of that. Man, it's weird.
okay, I know exactly what it is. Burger King used to have their French vanilla coffee, or like a gas station French vanilla cappuccino. That's what it is. That's like that kind of a
So the gas station
Just a
had
fakey, kind of
like
artificially.
a fakey. That's kind of, but it's like it's soft. It's like soft and encompassing. It almost reminds you of like a roasted, weird, sweet vanilla.
so a
Yeah,
lot of
so I'm
artificial then.
That's kind of what I'm. I mean, I don't usually taste vanilla. To me, like when I get vanilla and I like it, it's usually like more of the extract variety, like sweet vanilla. This is like a weird roasted coffee vanilla. I'm getting. I like a little bit more. I poured myself pretty short. Send the bottle over. It's right there.
He's got it right there.
Oh, I was pointing.
You're not grabbing that's my Russell CMB, bro. Trying to steal my CMB, bro.
Hey, man, I want that.
It's the same bottle. It's hard to,
Steve, would you hand me that Fresh?
So real quickly, There's no way. If you put those side by side,
It's gonna blind you.
you should blind me. But when we talked about Solera aging, Stephen, I don't remember that. When did we talk about that? What episode was that?
Oh gosh, I just poured this.
God, I want to.
All right.
I like the double
All
back to
right.
back.
It's not.
It's not even close.
Take those words back.
Oh yeah, dude, come on,
right.
no, pass that around.
I'm gonna.
There's no way. I was gonna say, are you crazy?
All right.
Are you crazy?
It's not that bad
That's like
then.
that's like nasty feet.
That's bad.
It's not that bad then. But
Why even bothering pouring it back in the bottle?
hey, man, somebody comes here and makes me mad. That's what they're getting blinded with.
You guys didn't even tell me there's a little book on here. What does the book say?
It's probably from another bottle that's put on there.
Oh, age is greater than 4 years. I stand corrected.
Oh, okay.
It says greater than 4 years.
Oh my gosh.
So Solera Barrel 1816 on a little tag here. That's 625 gallons, and that's straight bourbon whiskey. That's the MGP, and that's greater than 4 years. Okay.
Well,
So there's not a barrel younger than 4 years of their
twice
original
as old
mash.
as we thought.
Oh, hang on.
Hold on one second.
I got confused then when they said it was. Okay, you go ahead.
So Solera 91, this is a 4,000 gallon straight bourbon whiskey greater than 2 years old, and this is their high malt recipe.
And that's 60% of the bottle.
This is 60% of the bottle.
Right.
And then the last thing, and this is what it looks like. You see these little oak things that they got here?
Yep.
You see that?
You're.
That's the Solera cask that holds in this oak on this side. That's the
Yerp.
big
I
oak
gotcha.
vat that they have. And the last one is greater than 3 years, and this is the future. This is an evolving blend of innovative recipes, that high malt rye or whatever it was and the other thing. This is their infinity barrel, and this is 1645 gallons. So 1,645 blend of straight whiskeys, 3 years or greater. So 2, 3, and 4, those are these blending huge casks that they have. That's what it says on this tag.
You know, I
should
think
have read the tag.
Maker's Mark probably did the same thing on 46. They dumped all the 45s, 1 through 45, in a giant vat, and they called it the future.
Oh, I was not expecting that. Very good. I love it.
So when you said it was 12% of barrel 1816,
Yeah.
which holds the company's original recipe,
Right.
I was thinking it was like stuff they had left over when it was 10, 11, 12 years old, but no, it's basically 4-year MGP.
Well, it
4
says
year or
4
older.
or greater, so they could have
But
the,
it's-
the juice that's sitting in
but
that
it's
oak
some
cask
younger-
could be one of the original barrels they dumped, because the
But
things
it's
never,
still
the tanks
got
never go empty. Yeah.
Some 4-year
Yeah.
MGP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense now because it tastes young to me.
Well, again, at $60, if they had really old MGP blended in there and stuff like that, I mean, I feel like the price is going to come into the play here. We talk about the value of this or not, because it's interesting.
It's definitely much better than fresh, but I still
It's a lot
get
better, yeah.
I still get that young malty. So I mean, malt takes a long time to develop, man.
Yeah.
Like rye develops the soonest, corn's next, and then I don't know if it's wheat or
Malt.
malt. I think malt takes longer than wheat to develop because I think about all those Heaven Hill sourced wheat or Heaven Hill sourced malts that we've had.
Right.
The 8-year was not good. 9, 10-year a lot better, but once you hit 14, 15, it's magical. So I think malt takes longer to develop, and they're using like young malt in here. I don't know about all that.
I do think that the back palate does show the grain and the youth, and some people could call that like, combination of spice or whatever, but I don't know. How you feeling over there, Mr. Steven?
That's funny, Kenny said, because I was thinking the same thing. Like, this kind of tastes young
Yeah.
from drinking it. So I'm glad you guys kind of agree on that. I don't want to be the only one that was thinking that.
Yeah, the finish on that's kind of weird. It's almost like a semi-sweet, semi-nutty. You know what's funny though, guys? Like, I'm actually not terrible with this. I actually, as the more I drink it, the more I like it. So, what are you doing there, Kenny?
Guts the blind.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Gotta save some of that. Gotta save and savor. What's this? Oh, coming back. Chattanooga coming back across the table. See, when Sanch gave us this bottle and said, have as much as you want, he meant it. He'd give it back to him and be like, sorry, we drank half your bottle, sir. So I have the blind here, and first thing I notice is it noses a little bit like dishwashing. No, I'm just joking. Clean glass.
Forgot to rinse. I had soap, no water.
I hate when that comes out from the dishwasher.
Don't
like
you
that.
hate that? what is the nose on this one like the dishwasher? You're supposed to wash the soap out first.
Well, I can confirm both you gentlemen have very nice dishwashers. So,
Oh, yeah. Kenny has sold both of his dishwashers.
Yeah.
That's how he gets you hooked. He's like, I'm going to be on the podcast. And he's like, I can sell you a dishwasher.
It's a long play.
Like, hey, you need a new sofa?
Hey, Kenny, hopefully next, coming up, we're going to need a mattress.
Oh, there you go. See?
I can hook you up.
There you go.
Do you know a guy?
Yep.
I do actually need the powered leather recliners in my house because...
Some of those old person ones that like lift you up?
Oh, yeah, I need that. Yeah, I need that in my life.
So a buddy of mine sent me a little, like a short reel from a podcast. I'm talking about like what the oldest appliance is.
Right.
So I had no idea where it was going, like, or not the oldest, like which appliance lasts the longest.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Okay.
And so one guy was thinking like, a toaster, because think about a toaster. I mean, they really do last a long time, not doing a lot.
Right.
Somebody else was thinking like a microwave, but old microwaves lasted a long time. New microwaves are built cheap.
Yeah, they do.
What about like a hand mixer, like a blender?
Yeah.
Because they don't get used that much.
Dude, I had one of those that lasted. Dude, we had the same one since we were married forever, and my mother-in-law broke it this Thanksgiving. So
This Thanksgiving.
yeah, but I bought a new one, so we're good there.
How did you get your hands on one? You got access?
Scratch and dent section.
Just kidding.
That was a little Amazon purchase.
There you go.
But in the end of that little video they sent, supposedly the longest lasting is actually a dishwasher.
Oh, really?
Yep. It says in the United States, the average life expectancy for a woman is 80.2 years, which
We are in trouble.
that was not me. That was the video they sent.
That was a video.
That was the video, and I was like, "Oh,
clarifying."
Well, because I was like, "No, a dishwasher doesn't last that long. It's that water. They only last 9 years."
Parts. Yeah.
Yeah. So that
I'm
was
going to repeat it one more time.
Little,
it was a video.
yes, that was their video. That
wasn't
was
Kenny.
That was the punchline of their video. So I'm like, that's horrible. So bad.
I don't know what you blinded here, but the blind them getting like a lot of a nose of tobacco. Is it a tobacco?
Caramel.
Caramel
Definitely caramel.
Yeah, definitely
tobacco.
Tobacco. Vanilla. This really is just traditional bourbon notes.
Side note.
Yes.
For people that don't really know what tobacco is, or not know what it is, but they haven't really smelt it.
Right.
What do you think a good bottle is for them to like experience a good tobacco note?
I've always it's
Skull.
not. It's not. What do you say? Skull Straight. Go get you some Skull Straight and just smell that. Or Copenhagen. That'd be a little bit rich. I actually, I say unfortunately because I have.
Are you going to say what I think you're going to say?
Stag.
Oh, you're going to say stag.
Yeah, what were you going to say?
I thought you were going to say Buzzard's Roost.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, gosh, yeah. Buzzard's Roost. But I mean, that's.
No,
they had to take that off the market.
They had to quit making it that same way.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate because that was delicious whiskey. But, yeah, no, straight up and down. The first, I think it was a 2018 or 17 Stag. Man, the whole entire nose when I was nosing it.
Do you remember which batch that was?
Whatever was 2017 or 18.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
I have the bottle. There you go. But that one, like, I nosed it for so long because my wife and I were going out for dinner and we had a babysitter and stuff. And my buddy had hooked me up with that bottle. My buddy Brian hooked up the bottle. I opened it. It was for my birthday. And I just nosed it forever and ever. And it literally had a straight tobacco. Like, I used to dip tobacco. I've quit a long time ago. But when I did that, I'm pretty familiar with the smell of like different chewing tobaccos. And I was like just loving a nose to the point where I was like, man, this could make me go back.
Oh, gosh.
Back to dipping. But I didn't. So that's good. Glad that's in my past. Seriously, that was not a good habit. So
Can you
what's
your
that?
hog in there, boy?
There you go. My roommate in college used to call it all different kind of things, man. He was wild and he used to dip way more than I did, but it was not ever a regular thing for me. But yeah, it was not.
But it only kind of stuck out in that one batch of stag.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Just straight up and down. It's a good question though. I don't know how I feel about this blind. Sometimes I'm just like, man, the blind hands down. Now I'm kind of like, I don't know.
I do like the nose of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's classic, but it's a nice classic. I do like it better than the other one. The other one smells a little earthy now that I'm kind of comparing.
Oh, yeah. After drinking
The blind kicks the butt.
the blind, it's really a stark contrast once you taste the blind versus the other one.
The blind crushes the other one.
I still don't hate the other one, but I'm starting to like it less now. Yeah.
So the blind is Early Times Bottled and Bond.
Are you serious?
Buffalo Trace version,
Are you serious?
which is not as good as
the new one,
Early
the new
Times.
stuff.
Wow.
So that's what, $30, $35.
$30 bottle, yep.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to pour that, because the Chattanooga ain't hitting it for me, man. Especially at $60.
Gotcha.
So, fellas, would you pass, try, or buy on the Chattanooga Whiskey Founders 12th Anniversary Blend?
Not all at once.
Stop jumping at the bit, guys.
I will go first. I will give it a pass.
Okay.
And then we are scoring. I will give that probably a 2.75.
Really? That low?
Yes.
2.75. Man.
Yes. So
That's crazy.
2.75, and I'm a pass. Young malt is just not good. There's a reason why most of your malt whiskeys are old, and I'm a malt guy.
Right.
Young malt is not good.
Gotcha.
Well, I'll go next.
Sure.
I'm going to be a pass as well.
Okay.
There's only been a couple of malts that I've liked over this journey.
That's true. You have been very...
and especially at something that's young like this.
Right.
It's not, tickling my fancy, as they say.
Gotcha.
As far as the score goes,
That was my stomach.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taco Bell's gone.
Hungry. Taco Bell.
I guess I'll give it a 3.
3.
Yeah.
Wow, man, you guys are killing this bottle over here. That's really low scoring, but hey, you know what? I get it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. And the fact that, Kenny, you poured a $30 bottle of whiskey against it that I did enjoy more, I think that really puts it in perspective. I'm actually not going to kill it as bad as you guys. I'm going to give it a 5. So, yeah, 5.
Okay.
I thought about going 5.5, but I'm going to go 5. And what's funny is, even though I'm giving it a 5, I still would say there might be people who might want to try this. I'm personally going to pass because, thanks to our listener, I don't need to go buy a bottle to find out what it tastes like, which is wonderful. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. But I do think it has some redeeming quality. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I actually like that roasted coffee, vanilla bean kind of note that I'm getting, because it reminds me of something I actually enjoyed. But the rest of it is incomplete. The finish is not great. The upfront on the palate and nosing is just okay. Like, I initially got that cheese. Luckily, it went away because I have a hard time even drinking malt. Once I get that cheese note in my nose, like the rare character, I think, and the one that Macaulay had that one time, like, literally thought like there's a bag of Cheetos in front of me. That's how funky cheddar cheese it smelled to me. So yeah, long-winded as usual. Known for that. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
But yeah, I think pass as well. So
It's a sweep.
It's a sweep of pass and ratings and
Boom.
And with that, thanks for listening to this episode. Please like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Mashup KY.
don't forget to visit our partner, bourbonoutfitter.com. Enter code The Mashup for a special discount.
Also,
Head on over to our partner, the Woodwork Collective, at woodworkcollective.shop. Enter code MASHUP for a 15% discount.
let us know your thoughts on this bottle in the comment section. Until next time, keep it neat.